So, what I want to do today with you guys is sit down for a few minutes and talk about a leadership principle. This is a series that we had started quite a while ago, and we're kind of getting towards the end of it, where we initially started looking at Marine Corps leadership traits, kind of the characteristics that you as a leader should embody, and now we are moving towards the end of the leadership principles. These are the mindset that you should have, and the way you should think, and the things that you should do, actively the things that you should do when you are in a leadership position. Now, this could be you are a raid leader, you are a guild leader, you are a manager in a normal 9 to 5 position, or you are potentially looking to fulfill that role. I want to be a raid leader. I want to start my own guild because I'm not happy in my current one, or I'm looking to get promoted outside, in the real world. So what I want to look at today is a very simple leadership principle, but it's one that's so simple that it's easy to neglect. It's easy to simply forget about. And that is this: keep your personnel informed, regardless of whether they are your raiders, whether they are your employees, whether they are your Marines, whatever the case might be. You as a leader need to ensure that you are keeping them informed. Now, I'll tell you this. As a employee, regardless of my rank in an organization, as a raider, as a person in general, for me, there's few feelings more frustrating than being in an organization and not knowing what the hell is going on. You come in for the day at work and you don't know what's going on, or something is happening and you can feel it in the air. You can see your manager rushing around. You can see that there's an issue, there's a problem, there's work that needs to get done, but you haven't been informed about the priorities, what needs to happen, etc. The same thing in a raid. You join a pug raid and you don't know how long it's going to last. What boss are you attempting to go to? What are the success conditions? If we clear the whole thing on normal, we're going to call the raid. What are the failure conditions? If we wipe on this boss 5 more times, we're just going to call it for the night. Good luck next week. And it's so simple to forget about. So this is why I want to talk about it, because it's one of those things where it's simple to neglect, but if you keep it up and you continue to keep your people informed, it makes a world of difference, where they know, and we've talked about this, we've mentioned this word, so I hesitate to say it again, but they know their expectations, what is expected of them. So the example that I want to give to you, and actually what I do for my raid group and what my officers do, is 2 things. We have a pre and a post raid talk with the guild or with the raid group. So as we are inviting people, as people are kind of shuffling towards the zone, we're getting into Antorus and, we're clearing trash up to the first boss or, whatever. I let them know, hey, here's what's going on. All right, guys, I want to go ahead and we're going to clear all of normal tonight. I want to get at least 3 or 4 bosses in heroic done tonight. I think that's easily possible. Here are the issues that I'm seeing. Here are the good things that I'm seeing. Here are the things, we've changed this rule where, you can or cannot no longer do this thing, or, hey, here's the people that are going to be out. So I may need, you to tank, instead of DPS because one of our tanks is out, whatever. I let everybody know before we get to the boss in question, what's going on. And then after the raid, as the raid's kind of dying down and we're giving out that last little bit of loot, I let everybody know what's going on for the rest of the week. So a great example was tonight, where we had to very quickly, as we're clearing trash, talk about the raiding schedule for the next 2 weeks. Because it's Christmas, because it's Hanukkah, because it's, whatever celebratory day you want to celebrate next week, it's happening. And because of that, some of our raiders are not going to be available. They are going to be taking days off. They're going to be taking a week off. We have a guy that's taking 2.5 weeks off. That's cool, but we need to know that you have a position that needs to be filled. I'm getting you to do stuff on, the Antorus High Command. We may need somebody to fill his spot as, the guy that goes in the pod or the guy that tanks or, whatever the case might be. And it lets everybody know what's expected of them so that nobody can say, well, I didn't know about that. because it's been said to the entire raid. If you didn't know about it, it's because you weren't listening. And if you continue to do this, where you continue to make sure, and whatever works best for you, it doesn't have to be, similar to my raid group where we do a pre and post raid kind of very quick. Hey, here's the deal. Here's what's going on, for the raid. Here's what's going on for the rest of the week. But as long as you make it a habit to continue to let people know what's going on, people don't feel hopeless, and they look forward to what's going on, and they know if there are issues, they can address them now. Hey, I'm not going to be, around for the raid on Thursday, and I know you need a tank. So then we can get the ball rolling, whatever the case might be. So what I urge you guys to do as leaders, as potential leaders, is make it a habit. Figure out what works best for your raid group. Is it something on Discord? Is it 5 minutes before the raid, 5 minutes after the raid? Whatever the case might be, figure it out. Figure out what works best for you and your people, and then continue to do it so that there isn't, hey, did we know about this? Or, hey, what's going on with that? You should not get that question in your raid group. Hey, what's going on with that? Because you have already told them what's going on with it. So they already know what the deal is. Now, with all that being said, you guys know the deal here. If you like this video, like button. If you don't like it, though, I would very much appreciate if you let me know what you don't like about it. Keep me informed as to what I'm doing wrong for you guys. And until next time, I'll see you.